Sandy, you on?
Good afternoon, good evening, good day. Once again, my name is Sandy Daly, and welcome to another edition of Arama's live stream on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram, and all over the world because obviously this is going to be seen tons and tons of time. Now, we have a special gem for you today as we get ready for the 42nd annual Irama Reggae and World Music Awards, which is going to be happening Sunday, March the 30th, 2025, at Coral Springs Center for the Arts. And tonight we have a young man who has blown away all the naysayers, who is just an amazing young man. And of course, he's nominated for the Dennis Brown Award for Most Promising Entertainer. And we're so happy to have him right here, Mr. Black Hero. How are you, young man? How are you doing? Look at
Blessings,
I look
blessings.
at it. I love the hair. I just love everything. The smile.
Yeah, give it
Nice.
thanks, man. There's so much to be happy about. I
Yeah,
mean, we're
right?
alive, we're having this conversation, and it's just beautiful to be a part of this whole moment because Irama, legendary space, legendary institution. I'm just happy.
Right.
My father can finally say, "Big people, I listen to you now, man." All right, so
Right?
it's a workout.
Move
Yeah,
up the echelon, right? He can't trouble you no more. You're not a
no,
young boy
no,
anymore. No. You're a big
no.
welcome, Black Hero. It is such a
Listen,
pleasure. And of course, you're there in Jamaica, and we welcome you and who are all those who are watching all around the world. As I said before, this is the 42nd annual Irama International Reggae Awards, World Music Awards, and it's going to be happening March 30th. And you're going to be there,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, I'm making sure I'm doing my utmost best to be there. I think there's just a show on that day, but I'm doing everything I can because this is a monumentous moment for me, and I mean, and the team. So we're doing our best for sure.
Right. And the funny thing is, you're such a young man, but you have been at this for a long time. And to have this type of, nomination, which ended a couple days ago, folks. Remember, I told you it was going to be ending March 10th.
Hmm.
So hopefully, folks have voted for you and stuff like that. But what does it feel like to be here at this moment? Such a young age, but to be here with, as your father said, big people,
Uh-huh.
right? How
Yeah, yeah.
Black
I
hero?
I guess the real feeling I have inside, that just the most honest feeling I can feel is just the drive to do more. The passion has like tripled, it's quadrupled. I just feel like, okay, this is another sign, this is another gas in the tank, this is another positive indicator of like what we're doing is something is happening. So just to either double down on it or to find new, better ways to just be better and just present myself in the space, the right way. So I just feel like I just want to go harder. This just makes me want to just take it 10 steps further, put more time in the studio, put more time in the gym, as Kobe would have said, and just keep just being me, I guess, and keep it open to learning and just growing. But yeah, I feel happy. I feel grounded. I just want to work right now. That's
And
what it does.
you have been working quite a bit because you have
Yeah.
collaborated with some of the biggest names out there. Tell us and tell the folks who are listening some of the folks that you've worked with because, for such a young man, you've done a lot. And it is such a great thing to see that you're working so hard. But yeah, but give us drop some names, as they say.
Well, I had the privilege of just going on the road with Bonnie Whaler before he had passed. So that's the elder. That's my teacher for me.
Right.
So did some records with him. We worked with Lee Scratch Perry right before he passed. Range and Anthony B. At the top of this year, not only just as an artist but as a producer. I put out a Sizzle and Anthony B record this year at the
Right.
top of the year. From Skilly Bang to DeMarco, TJ, just all around the board from reggae to and dancehall because I love both. I feel
Yeah.
like that's me. Like I love both equally, reggae and dancehall. So I just try to present my positive messages in both spaces. So I've had just a blessing and I would call it just like a honor from the Most High to have all these collabs ranging from dancehall to reggae and even international too, to a
Right.
Kojo Funds, to a
Mhm.
Stone Boy, to a UB40. You know what I mean? So
I
yeah.
saw that. I saw that, and I thought, wow, this is so amazing because I was actually, made my research before I come on the stage,
Sure,
right?
sure, sure.
And I saw that Black Hero. So big ups to you, as we say. And that's
Blessings.
amazing. But for you going into these nominations right now, right? What is it that you'd like to get out of this besides just winning the award that you're nominated for? What is it that you want to see happening on March the 30th, 2025 at Coral Springs Center for the Arts with all the folks that you're there with, just driving with? What exactly would you like to see?
Honestly, I just think with any gathering of like people, whether it's reggae month or anything to do with the culture, I think it's the greatest time to network. You know what I mean? To really be amongst your peers and co-workers, legends, potential mentors, potential investors, like people who are PR, everybody that's like means something and mean well to this culture and to this music and to this space is gonna be there. So this is a perfect time for me to just be a sponge, soak up game, learn as much, like take out my notes and write down when, oh, that's what he said. Okay, cool.
Right.
Write that down. You know what I mean? Ask the right questions, ask the wrong questions. I don't know. I just feel like it's a perfect time for me as a youth to be around the knowledge that is within the culture and to just learn as much as I can and make new collaborations. Yeah.
Right. And what is it that you'd like to? What's your next collab that you'd like to work on? Like,
All
who do
right.
you work with? Who's your dream person?
Well, the dream collab. All right. The dream collab is
Yes.
Michael Jackson. That's the dream. And it's still possible because I see people that use like verses after him pass and gone. I'm like, okay, it's possible. But
Anything's possible. It might be gone.
I don't. I'm still hopeful.
Right.
Somebody might say, "Yo, I have this unreleased Michael Jackson song. You want it?" But like, what?
Right.
You never know. But
Right.
the one for me right now mainly is to like work with Stephen Marley. Like,
Right.
as a youth, I used to fall asleep to his music. In terms of like that was like the mantras going to bed and waking up. Mind control. All these, just, like every one of those albums, like really mean a lot to me. Like the messaging, the production. So that's just somebody in like that's like zero in the game to me. It's like if Stephen Marley works with I, that means the music has reached that level. You get me?
Right.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so, how do you describe your sound? I mean, because you blend a lot of things together, right?
Mhm.
How do you
Yeah.
describe? How does Black Hero describe the sound?
Well, my sound is really just reggae and dancehall, like at the core
Right.
of it. And I'm just in the 21st century, so I'm streaming. I can listen to Whitney Houston and listen to Cartel at the same time in the less than 2 minutes. Like there's 50 million artists or songs that I can listen to. So I just feel like artists in this generation, we're just naturally absorbing what's in our time and
Yeah.
just adding it to that foundation. So I just try to mix the reggae and dancehall with our offsprings, like hip hop and even EDM. People don't know that EDM really, when you check Diplo them and them, it was electronic dancehall music. It's carteled upon the floor, which turned into Who Run the World Girls. You get what I'm saying? Like it's this. No, it's deep for me. I research, I study.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to be able to use all the music that we've influenced, reggaeton, dubstep, everything, and just still bring it back to the foundation and just be authentically me in it. Like, that's me.
Right.
Reggae and dancehall, but with a little, as I say, a little lemon squeeze,
A little
Yeah.
lemon squeeze for sure.
Yeah.
And so, with this going forward right now, right, with Irama being almost, so we've got basically 2.5 weeks left, right? Now, for you looking forward, you're such a young person, but what is it? And I always ask this: what is it that you'd like your legacy to be known as and for? What would you like folks like to say about Black Hero when donkey years from now? What do you want folks to say? I mean, it's a difficult thing because you're so young. You just
Yeah,
started,
yeah.
right?
But I do get glimpses of it
Yeah,
now from like some of my peers, like when they would message me like, yo, over the last 3 years, the growth, what I really want is like, I think what every artist or any creative wants
yeah,
really is just to represent your culture at the highest level in the biggest markets on the biggest platforms and don't lose your soul. So I just want people to say, yo, you said that youth there?
yeah,
That youth there, him want the straight and narrow. Him is a ghetto youth and all, but him defy all the stereotypes, him defy the known outcomes for me, whether jail or dove cut or,
right,
running from cops or, turning half a ton of football or you have to runway or you have to all these different things. Like this a youth though, like him do it different. but him never sell out himself and him never wear nothing funny or say nothing weird or never sign up for nothing where is not him culture, you know? Like that's what I want people say,
Right.
like that you just stay true to himself and to some sense stay true to the culture without changing too much, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's been what you've been known for, because you're known not only as a singer and a dancehall singer, but also like in the fashion and culture world, right?
Yeah man. Yeah
Um,
man. Yeah
so
man.
that's been something that I realize is something that's become just kind of found you, right? So it's not you
Yeah.
look out for it, it's like you found it, because I think because you've stayed so authentic to the culture and to yourself. Is that
Hmm.
how you see yourself moving forwards, being authentic in every possible way in all the genres that you touch, so
Yeah.
also the fashion? How do you see yourself evolving as you go along?
Like that's such a great question because I like to explain how I reach like certain like ideas in my mind. So for example, a lot of times, if even if you go to like the Grammys or anywhere, people talk about like the production, or like when you
Yeah.
talk to producers or industry people, they say like it's the production that makes
Hmm.
reggae what it is. But I've taken it a step further to say we can't neglect the reggae vocal and experience. That is a main part of our culture too. So how I've been able to evolve or like advance myself, no matter what beat, no matter what genre, no matter what collaboration, is by just remembering that the reggae vocal and experience is unique and it also lends and into reggae being what it is. Because for example, if you listen to a Shaggy It Wasn't Me, you can't say that was a reggae beat
Yeah. Right.
fully, but his experience and the lingua and the reggae vocal, even just his voice, it wasn't me. Like you get me? Like I really studied and I'm like, yo, Hot Stepper is like almost disco-ish, like inner vibes.
Yeah.
But if you check his lingua, the voice, his experience, he's not singing about an American experience or a Europe experience. He's singing about him as a, like, so I just use that to my advantage. I'm like, I found that I'm able to go on any beat and just, once I'm speaking of my experiences, I get to you from Jamaica,
Yeah.
using the reggae vocals and melodies and flows that we're known for. It's like you almost win.
Right.
You win on every angle because the youths them don't feel disconnected to it because I'm singing about what we are going through in our life right now. But then
Right.
overseas people can see it and be like, oh man, this is cool. I can't fully get what he's saying, but the production is comfortable to me and
Mhm.
my ears. So that's what I'm doing right now for real.
And you've certainly, as you just touched on something, like in terms of saying the others, people outside how they see you when you're traveling, all those kind of things, right? The state of reggae right now, how do you see it, and how do you plan to change perhaps what you see if you don't
Mhm.
like what you're seeing, or how do you plan to continue on what is happening right now? So, in other words, how do you see what's happening right now, and how does it affect you? And is there something that you'd like to perhaps work on?
Mhm.
To make it, go in a different direction? Or do you like
Different direction.
right now?
I'm like in the I'm like it's so hard to answer. I guess this is so liberal of me, but
Yeah.
it's because I can understand every aspect of what going.
Yeah.
Like I like where it's at and where it's going, but I also think there's things that still need to be changed. Like both things can be true. Like
Right.
there's so like I know like I haven't had the need to listen a lot of like other genres because now I have like 15 to 25 young dancehall, reggae, Jamaican alternative subgenre kind of musicians. They get me like I
Yeah.
have so much now. So I'm happy with the fact that I don't have to go to a next genre to get what I need, whether it's motivation to hustle, whether it's meditation, even now with the youth, I'm incorporating more meditation music and singing more them depression and
Yeah.
them stress. Like there's so many things I can pull into my life when I need now, just from our culture
Right.
as youth. So I'm happy. But the only thing I really think reggae suffers from, which would really help, and it's just me out there seeing it, is our torch is not passed willingly. Is a generational change of the guard, meaning people literally have to die before a next set of youths get to take it
Yeah.
and add to it, which I think really defeats us and holds us back. Like, imagine if the king of pop in the current, yes, he's still the king of pop. You can't beat Michael Jackson with that. I get that. But
Right.
imagine if Drake wasn't able to reach his level,
Right.
or You know, we didn't have new Grammy winners like a Doechii, the first black. She came up with a mixtape that's inspiring.
Right.
Like other genres find a way, even if it's you're making money off the young artists, or even if it's just for the grand scheme of things. As soon as young musicians come out and they do enough,
Yeah.
there's so many people in other genres that come to help propel that and help put that on and help give that a win, and because they know that pushes more youths
Yeah.
into the culture. So I think reggae is doing itself a disservice by not embracing not just musicians but young videographers, young photographers, young um, road engineers, young bands,
Yeah.
young everything, young PR, young radio hosts, young blogs, young magazine writers, editors, new platforms, young podcasters. Like, you know, I've been here for a while, and I've, as a youth, you know, man, to be honest, you know what I mean? Delia Harris and Alan Magnus and all these people have been in my TV from I was born till now.
Right.
No joke. And there's no intern or switch
Yeah.
up that, okay, Delia there one day and then a young youth can there and then switch up maybe
Yeah.
Neville there and then a young Delia there. It's like, it's not much of that. Not much
Right.
touring again. Like Turbulence, I went to Africa with Turbulence, and Turbulence was telling me he went on a 3-month tour with Sizzler and Fatis them and Cocotti them, and I'm like, none of us out here as young youths, outside of one or two, has ever been on a tour with another artist.
Right. Wow.
You get me? So those little things I think are the keys. Like, we cannot be afraid. The age-old story that a young youth might disrespect you or whatever, that's dead.
Yeah.
Like, we reach a new age now. We can help you with the TikTok, we can help you with the foundation.
Right.
We can help you with the YouTube, whatever, and the Spotify playlist, and you know, all these different things, and we can help you with figuring out tax and how to get your visa and how to, you know what I mean? Those
Yeah.
are the things I'm focused on trying to fix somehow. I don't know how, but with time, I guess, you know what I mean? But that's what I've noticed is the biggest holdback to. Like, for example, a Cocotti passing, there should have been 2 other Cocottis there. Like, by the time he's transitioned to the Most High, you know, we won't have to be worried about who's going to. All right, Max Romeo retired, Cocotti is passing. We
Right.
lose all these legends over the last 3, 4, 5 years. Who are going to take those show slots?
Right.
Who are going to. There's nobody that can replace Max Romeo for the 50 years of touring he's done. There's nobody with that experience right now. You get me?
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm saying it right, but that's what
No,
I've
I
observed.
think you are, and I definitely what I respect is I always look for folks, you know, artists and just people speaking to them, the ones who are critical thinkers. And I honestly, I'm telling you that you're a critical thinker because you look just beyond the surface, and it shows what we call emotional intelligence, because your brain is working and it's very much up there, very superb. And I have to say, I am
Blessings,
very
man.
well um, enthralled, and I just feel a blessing just to be here because you're a young person like you, but you have a lot going on, and this is so good. This is
Blessings,
so
blessings.
great. So from an old woman like myself, you could be my son. God bless you. Okay.
Blessings, blessings, man. Good thanks.
Um, the other thing I want to ask you is, in terms of the youth, and you just touched on it a few seconds ago, what is it that you'd like to see us do more so, and how do you see yourself in that sphere? Like, do you see yourself as a motivator for the young folks that you know hang out with, or to meet
Yeah.
up with, or you know?
Not even by choice. It's just, I guess it's just the music. Like, even just I would go on the road and
Yeah.
youths, like, I made a post recently because I went to the river and this youth came up to me, probably like 14, 13, 14, 15. And he's like, yo, I'll be watching, telling me specific posts about, yo, I see when he was in Sweden and I like that recap video. Don't stop dropping the videos. And almost like he's taking notes to asking me, like, yo, I want to pursue something in entertainment. I don't want to be an artist, but I love the different things that. So it's like, it's not even by choice, but youths really, like, they're not afraid to tell me to. Like, they just pull up on me and be like, yo, that ain't the easy song there, bro. Take me through college while I'm there on a boat, or like a previous time in them life. Like,
Yeah.
so I try. That's why I said I just try my best to not even artists, big artists will come to me and say, sir, you will believe in it right now as a young youth. You can't mess up in an era. You can't mess up. So it's like a responsibility, yeah, but I think I'm good with it because me is not somebody where like I come from the ghetto. I've seen it all. I've seen people die. I've seen all kind of things. So I don't want that. So I know me can handle the responsibility. You're not gonna hear me in no foolishness
Right.
because my natural being. This is not a persona. This is really me. Like when we used to do at the call center, we used to want to start riots for change something because we weren't treated right. Me and the staff wasn't treated right. So the same thing I do for music. Like more do that for my peers, more do that for my generation, for youth after me. So songs I sing is not even for now. Sometimes like I have a song called Young Boss with Skilly Bang, and that song is like 4 years old, but the youths them are just going to college now or just leaving high school. I hit me up and I say, yo, this song I want to be a young boss real. I'm like, so just leaving like eternal messages like that for youths can continuously get even after we go, like leaving my experiences on a track.
Yeah.
So somebody can just message me and say, yo, that push on song there, bro. Like I was about to take my life. Like I was buried under, I'm a ghetto youth. I'm buried under oppression and depression, and my family don't understand me and I don't understand. But when you ask them for push on, like I believe, and we have a conversation, and I just get these things so often, like at least once a week. So I guess it's my role, and I'm aware of that responsibility, and I'm doing everything I can, to just help. Like, I've donated even to foundation stuff quietly. Like I
All
don't
right.
like doing things loud like that. I've
Exactly. I
done
saw that.
a youth will link me and be like, yo, I just have a youth unplanned, yo. I don't know, buy a stroller, buy some pampers for the month. Do what you can, like with what I have. You get me? Like
Right.
it's not much, but I just try my
No,
best.
that's totally great. And so moving forward now, where do you see yourself in the future and what's your next big project? What is it that you're working on? Can you spell the T? I don't know if you can.
Yeah, man. I'm building a real bridge to Africa. Thanks to people like Stoneboy, Episode, Lyrical Joe. Like my experience there was crazy. So I'm
Right.
trying to be a part of that movement as much as possible. Like that Pan African energy that I felt,
Yeah.
that come back home, that I'm with it. So that's a part of my agenda, and a part of that is really doing my first full length reggae roots album, like full length, not a Black Hero album, not something that serves me and
Right.
my numbers and my growth. But you know, when I go to Africa, I don't hear talks of reggae dying. All I hear is 200. All I see is 200 million people listening to reggae every day.
Right.
Like when I go to certain places, it's just reggae them said. But when you come back home, it's like if you hear one reggae song on the road for the month, it's a blessing. You get me? Like, so I need to change that perspective with the youths out here. Like, something turned them off from reggae, I feel like in Jamaica, like specifically. So I have to make that cool again. I have to present music in a space where them can understand too and make money too as well, and make love to them girl and them thing that like Beres would do. And we have to just make the thing interesting again. So that's my real plan right now. It's like whoever I say reggae are dead or whatever, I go on like that can't happen, and we're gonna make it that the youths can feel a part of it and you know
Right.
really love it and play it as hard as them would have play any other dancehall artist song, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. No, that's very good. And I just, for the folks who are just tuning in, my name is Sandy Daly, and I'm sitting here and speaking with the one and only Mr. Black Hero.
Blessings.
He's a formidable person, a young person, but he's got a lot going on, and I'm very blessed to be here with him.
Blessings.
And he is nominated for the Dennis Brown Award for Most Promising Entertainer. This young man is just seriously on his way. So he's going to be, I'm praying, hoping that I'll get to meet you at the Irama Award Sunday, March 30th, 2025 at Coral Springs Center for the Arts, Coral Springs, Florida. The red carpet arrivals, folks, is going to be at 6 p.m. Try to meet us, folks, as many folks as you possibly can. No, Black Hero getting right back to you as you go forward, right, in your life. And you are certainly, as I always say, leave footprints in the sand. You
Mm.
are left and you are continuing to leave footprints in the sand. How do you motivate others to do as you have done, which is get up every single day and try to be the best version of yourself?
Um, Honestly, just by example, like for example, people don't even know. Like when I check all my stats, like it's 65% young males following me.
Wow.
So that means like they're looking for. So I try to go live. I play my part by doing the little I can with the social media. This is how we're connecting with the music, keep the messaging motivational and upful and not fake, but just real to what we're going through. Not like no fluff or something nice to say because it's just something nice to say. No, like give them experience and give them solutions. And then the other thing is really and truly,
Mhm.
I'm also in need of that too. So I'm not perfect. I lean on my friends and my peers as well. So my advice to anybody is, first of all, before you look outside, look within,
Right.
and then find that within the support system around you, even if it's one person,
Mhm.
could be even your mom, your family, if you don't have family or friend. And then from there, just take it one step at a time, and you'll see things in life to add to your life and subtract to make you just a better person. Because I'm still growing, I'm still
Right.
trying my best to learn. But with whatever I have, I'm gonna share as much as I can. Like I have this thing on my lives where when I go live, they know I'm sharing something I just experienced, like
Right.
something that I just unlearned or
Right.
something I just learned. So
Right.
that's my way of doing it, you know.
And that's amazing because it just means that you are being open, you are being transparent, and that's what people gravitate to. That's what people love. So this is why it's no wonder that you're such a gem to the folks that listen to you now. In regards to the show, like if you win the award, how
Mm.
will you celebrate?
I'll repeat the last part real quick.
How if you win the award, how will you celebrate?
Ah.
Or can it be shared on the air?
Oh man. Um, if I win for sure, it's just gonna be like, I told you so. I'm joking. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
But I think it's just I'll just do what I always do. Like, you know what I mean? I accept the present. Once it's happening, I just live in the moment. But my father taught me to never really have a rear view mirror. So that's why I just keep going. So the next day I'm just back to work.
Of
Like
course.
it's just like I allow myself to feel whatever it is in that moment.
Yes.
But I don't linger on it too much
Yeah.
because you get complacent, you'll start get big headed, you'll start lose your humility. So I just take it as like, blessings. I'm happy. We might pop two little wine bottles in. I don't drink, so it might be a little one or two glass. And
Yeah.
then after 12 a.m., calling everybody like, yo, so what's going on? What's today? What's tomorrow? Like, you see me? Like
Back to
nothing
work
about me.
again. Back
Yeah.
to work again. And that is so great. And no wonder you're right here, right now in this moment. And,
Mhm.
big love to you. And you certainly do deserve it. Now, how can folks watch you and follow you along the journey? What is it? Your in all your Instagram or your TikTok handles or anything that you'd want to share?
Yeah.
Where can people follow you?
I'm not on TikTok as much yet. That's a fault of mine. I'm not quick to adjust to new things,
Oh,
but I'm all over the social media though. Black Hero, you can spell it regularly,
yeah.
or you can type in BLVK Hero, and I'm
Right.
there.
And it is
Um, and I'm usually mainly on my Instagram. I respond there the fastest.
right.
So if you want to tap in, talk to me, catch a live, or see what's up, you just tap in. You know what I mean?
Okay, perfect. And then any last words to the followers, to the supporters, to the ones who love and care for you? What would you like to say at this moment?
Man, this is the one gem I've received that I'm clinging on to with dear life. So I'm gonna share it with everybody. When I was on tour in Europe, um, I think it's Craigie T from TOK.
Right.
You know, he saw me there in the corner just going through the tour woes. Just like my brain burnt out, body burnt out, and he's like, "You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it. Like you're not giving up. I see it." And he said to me, "Just remember, it doesn't get easier. You just get better at it." And that just, I don't know, that just flick a switch in my brain. Like, ever since him telling me that, like, I've literally just gone into a whole, I don't complain. I
Yeah.
don't feel entitled. I don't feel nothing. I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm just gonna keep going, and we're just gonna get better at dealing with this and dealing with the feeling. So, it doesn't get easier. All right, it may not get easier, but you do get better at it, at
Great.
handling it. Yeah.
That is such great advice, such great inspiring words coming from that person. And having had this interview with you, I'm going to say Mr. Black Hero because you're such an inspiration. You're such a critical thinker. Kudos to
Yes.
you. from
Blessed
this
man.
older older woman. But it was,
No, sir, stop saying that, man.
you could be my
Oh man, Sandy, don't do me like that,
no,
man.
no,
Don't
no,
do me
not,
like
not in a
that.
bad way, not in a bad way. It's a compliment. I
Okay,
have three boys, so I love to see young men
okay, straight up.
and the same age, a little bit older. So I love to see young men who are doing positive things with their lives. And so it is great to speak to you because you're such an intelligent person. You're so smart, and
Blessings.
your words carry weight. And I noticed that from the second that I met you. So kudos to you. Good luck to you in your future endeavors. I hope to meet you when I see you there at
Yeah, man, we're gonna see each other, man. Any day, man. Yes, sir.
Sure. And thank you so
Yeah.
very much for stopping by. So, folks, once again, this is Black Hero stopping by the Irama Live.
That is it. Bless up, Sandy. Bless up, T, for
Yeah,
setting it up and organizing as well.
I love the
You
hair, love
know,
everything. And he'll be there. He's nominated, of course, for
big
Dennis.
up the big bag publicist. Big up Irama,
You know,
legendary
most
institution. That is it.
right. We have her right for most promising entertainer. He is nominated, and of course, we wish him all the best of luck. Who's gonna win? I don't know, but we wish you all the best of luck, and you deserve it. So, congrats. Thank you.
Blessings, man.
Okay, bye.
Blessings.
To everyone
Blessings.
who's been watching, thank you so very much. It has been nothing but a pleasure. And of course, I'll see you next time on another edition of Irama's Live interview, Facebook, YouTube, what else? Instagram. All right. All the live platforms. This is Sandy Daly once again. And it has been nothing but a pleasure. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.